Jamaican Fragment, Class 10 English Questions and Answers. Factual questions and answers. Where does the author walk every day in the morning and evening? Answer. The author walks from home to the tramcar lines in the morning and back in the evening. How did the author feel when he first observed the little white boy bossing the dark boy? Answer. The author felt amazed and puzzled. Can you describe the appearance of the little white boy in the passage? Answer. The little white boy is smaller with hazel eyes and light brown hair, dressed in a blue shirt and khaki pants. What did the little white boy command the dark boy to do when the man was watching them at the gate? Answer. The little white boy commanded the dark boy to get him a banana. What was the game the two boys were playing in the garden, and how did it work? Answer. The boys played a game where they took turns being the boss and the servant, giving and obeying commands alternately. Who turned out to be the father of the boys, and how did the author react to this revelation? Answer. The man watching was the boy's father. The author was surprised and smiled upon learning they were brothers. What did the author compare the boys' game to from his own childhood? Answer. The author compared it to a childhood game where each child took turns being the boss and the servant. How did the author's perception change after realizing the true nature of the boys' interaction? Answer. The author felt relieved and connected to his people after understanding that the boys were playing a game. What did the little white boy ask the dark boy to do when the man was watching them? Answer. The little white boy asked the dark boy to get him a banana. How did the man, who turned out to be the boy's father, react to the author's explanation of the situation? Answer. The man was surprised but confirmed he knew about the game, and he pointed to the boy's mother. Inferential questions and answers. Why was the author initially amazed and puzzled when he saw the little white boy bossing the dark boy? Answer. The author was puzzled because he didn't understand that the boys were playing a game of taking turns being the boss and the servant. How did the author's feelings change the next morning after realizing the nature of the boys' interaction? Answer. The author felt relieved and smiled upon realizing that the boys were playing a light-hearted game. What might the author's laughter at himself reveal about how adults perceive children's actions? Answer. The laughter suggests that adults sometimes misunderstand children's actions, imputing deep motives when the reality is simpler and more innocent. Considering the author's initial worry about the little dark boy, what inference can be drawn about societal expectations during that time? Answer. The author's worry suggests a sensitivity to societal expectations and potential racial dynamics during that time. How might the boys' game impact their understanding of roles and relationships as they grow older? Answer. The boys' game might teach them about sharing roles and cooperation, influencing their relationships positively as they grow older. What could happen if the author didn't take the time to understand the boys' game and continued with negative assumptions? Answer. The author might have perpetuated negative assumptions and misunderstandings about racial dynamics in the community. If the boys were not brothers, how might the author and the man interpret their game differently? Answer. If the boys were not brothers, the author and the man might interpret the game more seriously, thinking it reflected broader issues. How does the author's realization about the boys being brothers change the interpretation of their game? Answer. The realization emphasizes that the boys' game is a family activity rather than a reflection of broader societal issues. What lessons about equality and understanding might the boys learn from their game? Answer. The boys might learn lessons about equality and understanding, realizing that roles can be shared, and people can work together regardless of differences. Considering the impact of the author's explanation on the man's perception, how might open communication contribute to breaking down racial stereotypes? Answer. Open communication can dispel stereotypes and contribute to a more nuanced understanding of racial dynamics, as seen in the passage. Extrapolating questions and answers. How might the boys' game influence their friendship and collaboration as they grow older? Answer. The boys' game might strengthen their friendship and collaboration by teaching them about sharing roles and working together. If the author had not explained the situation to the man, what misconceptions might the man have held about racial dynamics? Answer. Without the explanation, the man might have continued to ponder whether the black race is superior, leading to misconceptions about racial dynamics. How could the boys' game be utilized to teach other children about cooperation and taking turns in a positive way? Answer. The boys' game could serve as a positive example to teach other children about cooperation, sharing roles, and taking turns in a fun and inclusive manner. Considering the impact of the boys' game on the author's perception, how might similar games contribute to breaking down societal prejudices? Answer. Similar games could contribute to breaking down societal prejudices by highlighting the innocence and collaborative nature of children's play. What role might family relationships play in shaping behavior, as demonstrated by the boys' game? Answer. Family relationships play a significant role in shaping behavior, as seen in the boys' game, where their familial connection influenced their interactions. How might the author's changed perception of the boys' game reflect a broader lesson about the dangers of making assumptions? Answer. The author's changed perception reflects the danger of making assumptions, emphasizing the importance of understanding context before forming judgments. Considering the impact of the author's understanding, how might community relationships benefit from open communication and shared cultural insights? Answer. Open communication and shared cultural insights can foster better community relationships by dispelling misunderstandings and building mutual understanding. If the author had continued with negative assumptions, how might it have affected his relationship with the community in the long run? Answer. Continued negative assumptions might have created a barrier in the author's relationship with the community, leading to long-term misunderstandings. How might the boys' game be adapted for educational purposes to teach broader lessons about diversity and cooperation? Answer. The boys' game could be adapted for educational purposes to teach lessons about diversity, cooperation, and the importance of shared understanding. In what ways could the boys' game serve as a metaphor for breaking down barriers and fostering unity within a community? Answer. The boys' game could be seen as a metaphor for breaking down barriers and fostering unity by showing that, despite differences, people can work together and share responsibilities.